Welcome to Workmate Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan and today we're doing a walk around video on this 2017 Toyota Hilux Workmate, which is a 4x2. So what we'll be doing in the video is running through the condition of the car as well as some of the features and characteristics of this particular model. So starting off on that front end, you've got that very iconic Toyota badging right in the middle there. Now the car does have black plastic front end pretty much, plastic front grille, plastic front bar. Now the reason for that is this is a Workmate, it is your work car, so you don't want anything expensive getting damaged, and obviously you can see it's not painted or anything, so you're not going to really worry too much about damaging the vehicle. Now on the side here you've got some pretty big headlights. They are just your standard reflector headlights with your indicator lamps fitted in the middle. As you come across, notice that it's got this nice little detail with the Hilux writing in the headlight, just to add a bit of character to the vehicle, make it look that little bit more classy. Having a look at the first steel wheel. Now as I said, this is a work car, so you're probably going to get steel wheels on these. Again, it is so nothing expensive will get damaged. You can see the rim itself presents in pretty good condition. Hubcaps located in the middle, and it is sitting on some Bridgestone tires which seem to have pretty good tread on them, so plenty of tread on those front end tires. Now there is Hilux badging on the side. Indicator lamp is fitted into that quarter panel there, and you will also note that the side mirrors and door handles are color matched in that black plastic finish. Now again, it just stays consistent with the rest of the vehicle, and you've got no cameras or sensors or anything on there which are going to get damaged if you're driving around a work environment. Now opening up the driver's side door, having a look inside the vehicle, plenty of space in the car. Bolsters seem to be in very good condition, side bolsters and bolsters down the bottom here. Obviously there is a bit of wear and tear. It is what you'd expect from a work or a used vehicle. Plastics on there just after the details, so we will take that off, but don't stress too much about that. Vinyl floors at the bottom of the car, again very easy to maintain and keep clean, especially if you're getting in and out with work shoes. And there are also scuff plates just on the inside of that door trim. That's going to protect the paintwork when you get in and out. Nice Toyota badging there just to give it a little bit of extra detail. And the door card also presents in excellent condition. Generally you tend to see door cards damaged from being kicked open, but it's good to see this one has been looked after pretty carefully. So closing this up, taking a look at the back, you will notice it does have quite a large tray. Being a single cab, it does allow for extra room in the back, which is the way this car is designed. And you can see it does also come fitted with a liner at the bottom, so very easy. You can tend to damage whether it is the tray or whatever it is you're transporting. So as long as you've got this rubber lining here, it's going to kind of protect whatever you're transporting, and it's going to stop it from sliding around too much as well. Taking a look at that second wheel. That wheel also seems to be undamaged. The black just stands out quite nicely. No noticeable stone chips or markings on there, and you've got lots of tread on those rear tires as well. Mud flaps at the back just to stop from stones and stuff flicking up when you're driving around. And as we come across to the tailgate of the vehicle, now you can drop pretty much the sides and the back. You simply need to unhook this and you'll be able to drop the walls along the sides, whether it is you need to transport something a bit wider or just actually load it in a bit easier. Down the bottom there is a reverse camera mounted, which is going to help park along large vehicle like this, which is quite handy. Spare wheel is mounted underneath. As you can see, it doesn't look like it's been used before. You can see all the paint marks and lines, which is a good sign, and all your rear brake lights, reverse lamps and indicators. Now coming across to the passenger side of the vehicle, that third rim is also completely unmarked. I mean, this car just presents quite clean for what it is. Whether it's been used as a work car before or not, I'm not quite sure, but you can see that it's a very clean example of a well looked after vehicle. Fuel cap is also located just under the tray on the passenger side. Now that is the safe side of the car, so if you have to pull over in case of emergency, you're not going to be in the way of any oncoming traffic. Taking a look, coming across the side, just pay attention to the paintwork. Again, it's quite clean. No stone chips or damage on the passenger side of the vehicle that I can notice. Roof is also in very good nick, and there is also this kind of protective plate here on the back of the tray, which is going to stop things from sliding back into the rear windshield. And that fourth and final rim, again, just no damage on these rims. It just doesn't look like the car's actually been on a work site before, considering it is a Workmate. So what we'll do now, you can see you've got a pretty clean example. So what we're going to do now is actually pop the hood and have a look inside the vehicle. Alright, having a look inside the engine bay of the Hilux. Now what we have here is Toyota's 4-cylinder 2.7 litre petrol motor. Now, the car does come fitted with a 6-speed automatic gearbox, which is great for obviously towing capabilities, but also it's going to give you a fairly smooth drive. Now this car itself has a 5-star ANCAP rating with 7 airbags, which is plenty for the 2 passengers in the vehicle. And this motor actually produces 122 kilowatts at 245 Newton meters of torque, which is plenty considering there is an extra back row seats missing. Now this car does have an 80 litre capacity petrol fuel tank. It does run on your regular 91 fuel, and you will see a combined fuel consumption of about 10.9 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of about 734 kilometers off a full tank, but that is all dependent on how you're driving and what kind of weight you're carrying around in the tray. Alright, now taking a look inside the Workmate. Now the interior is just as clean as the outside. You can see there's no real damage on the fascia or the vinyls on the dash. Steering wheel still presents quite well, but what we'll do is run through pretty much what's in the vehicle. So on your driver's side door, your driver's side window is actually fully automatic up and down. The rest are just, the other window is just your standard electrical windows. Above that there is a window lock control and also central locking, and also an adjuster for your side mirrors. Now on the right hand side of the dash is your left and right indicator with your headlight controls. Now this car does run an automatic headlight system, so you can just leave it in the auto. Car's going to decide when it needs to turn them on. On the left hand side is your wipers and washers. Now on the steering wheel, again like I said, it actually presents in pretty good condition. You can see there's no real wear or tear marks, no weird etchings on there or peeling, so it does present quite well. On the left hand side are a few controls for your head unit. So you've got your volume, your mode with your mute option, and also your voice control with call and reject for your Bluetooth connectivity. Now like all Toyotas, your cruise control is located on a little toggle just on the right hand side of the steering wheel. Coming over to the entertainment system now, you've got a pretty nice touchscreen head unit. Now these head units are pretty standard across the Toyota range. These do come with your AM, FM radio, Bluetooth connectivity, and obviously your Bluetooth connection for your mobile device. So you can see there telephone for your Bluetooth Connect, Bluetooth for your music, and then display and audio settings with your AM, FM radio setup. And there is down the bottom here an option for your card that is going to give you a little bit of information such as your fuel consumption, average speed, driving time, those kinds of things if you wanted to keep track of that. There is also a CD input at the top, and the car will also do auxiliary and USB as long as it's got it connected. So below that is your AC setting, so mode, fan speed, and your temperature with your demister setups and your AC button located just over here. Underneath is your USB and auxiliary input for your head unit or for your charging of your phone, and a few little blank spots if you wanted to add anything extra like a tow pack or driving lights, stability control, and also a 12-volt socket for any extra charging that you might be doing in the vehicle. Now there is a bit of storage compartment and two cup holders with a few little buttons located next to your shifter. So first one being your eco mode, which is probably going to save you a little bit of fuel, and the one behind that is going to be a power mode, which obviously is going to allow for a little bit of extra torque and response in the vehicle. Now if I bring this down into reverse, you can see the reverse camera that is mounted just under the tray, as we pointed out on the walk around section. Quite clear and easy to see, pretty good depth. Does not have the guiding lines, but it does give you a good indication of where the car is going to be situated. If I bring this down into drive and actually flick it to the right, that's going to engage the sports shift systems. That'll allow me to shift through the gears manually yourself, all 6 gears, and down to go down gears, obviously, if you just need a bit of extra control, or you can just leave it in drive and the car's going to do it just fine anyway. Small storage behind that, a manual handbrake, and you've also got this armrest or the center console storage, which is quite deep, does have a reasonable amount of storage in there for whatever you might want to use it for. Other than that, the car does present quite well. There is another storage compartment just on the top with your service books, and also down here, which is actually locked at the moment. Oh no, it's not. More storage if you needed to. So I'll get the camera person to just pan around the inside, show you a bit of the condition, all the fascia kit on the dash. Roof lining is also in very good condition, and it's just quite a nice car. So what we'll do now is actually jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2017 Toyota Hilux Workmate. Now I hope the video gave you a good representation as to the condition of the car, and as you can see, it does present quite nicely. It's a very clean example of a well-maintained Workmate. If you do have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. But just before I go, this car actually qualifies for a premium mechanical protection plan. Now if you plan on keeping your car for a while, obviously being a work car, I'm going to assume you are, and you will be doing long distance driving. What this plan will actually offer you is 5 years additional protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components of the vehicle, and that will also come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So there's great coverage of this, and that will cover you up to 200,000 kilometers. Now it is at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, would love to introduce you to our business managers Julie and Mario, who show just some minimal diesel effective repayments. Now lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump onto Google, search up Berwick Mitsubishi and see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.